Do you want to know what's actually working on TikTok Shop right now? What are the strategies some of the top brands are implementing in order to grow their shop sales or attract new affiliates? Well, you're going to love today's conversation. Welcome to the Ecomm Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Hadley. I scaled my own brand from 0 to 8 figures in sales, and now my mission is to take it to over 9 figures. On my journey to 9 figures, I bring you the unfiltered conversations with the smartest minds in e-commerce. Past guests include Kevin King, Ezra Firestone, and Brandon Young. Today, I'm excited to welcome a guest who is a repeat guest back on the show, who is truly shaping the future of e-commerce through the power of TikTok. Julia Rubian is the founder and CEO of Ami, a TikTok agency dedicated to helping beauty brands grow and thrive in one of the fastest moving platforms today. Also joining us is her head of growth, Nicolette Brunetti. Through this conversation, we're going to be discussing what's working for our brand, what's working in their agency, and the many brands that they are working with as well. So welcome to the show, both Julia and Nicolette.
That's always such a great intro. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
Well, excited to have you both on the show. Julia, we had a really good conversation in our last podcast interview. So if those who haven't listened to that podcast episode, make sure you go hit rewind, go find Julia's last podcast interview on the Ecomm Breakthrough Podcast and dive in, because she just dispelled what I loved, Julia, as we went through the last episode was you broke things down into here are the actual team members and departments that you should have just to execute TikTok in a good fashion, right? Which is do you have somebody that's kind of your face of influencer affiliate partnerships? Do you have somebody that's on the ops side to deal with all of the, listing issues, the violations? And then you have kind of the advertising component, marketing strategies, and basic customer service as well. So that set a really good framework. But now I want to jump into all the juicy details, which is all right, what's the sexy stuff of hey, if you do this hack, here's what's working with all the affiliates. So Nicolette, I'm going to direct the first question to you here. You're working with so many different brands and you're seeing what's working, what's not working on TikTok Shop. What are the top affiliates doing, or the top brands? What are their strategies that you're seeing they're implementing that's leading them to success today?
I think TikTok over time has become a lot more approachable and a lot more digestible for brands now. So we're getting a ton of interest in the beauty space on brands. They just want to get started. They're so excited to dive right in. And I think some of the things that work for us, I think as an agency, is just being really upfront about the investment and the time and the cost that it takes to really drive results on TikTok Shop. And like you mentioned, affiliates is a huge pillar of that. So I think what's working is having all of the levers in place you need to drive success on Shop, and also managing expectations on how long it takes to drive momentum and sell your products on Shop and see that virality hit over the next few months. But yeah, I think making sure that you have a solid hero product strategy that affiliates are organically already talking about or excited to promote on TikTok, and also in a video visual format. Making sure that your hero product strategy is aligned with your sample strategy, that you have budget and enough volume and samples to be sending to these affiliates. And then what's working on the affiliate side, I would say, is just having the right commission structure in place. So let's say you have a $10 product and have 20% commission, it's probably not going to perk affiliates' ears, right? They're not going to be making much off of a one or two sales. So having the right commission structure in place, as well as sample strategy, and even retainers, making sure that you have retainers in place that are appealing to affiliates. If you need to drive content volume or just award top performing affiliates. So I think that just having those bases in place at the start of your journey on TikTok Shop are going to naturally get affiliates to come and want to promote your products or your brand in general.
Yeah. No, I love that. So on that note, then you talk about having to like have an investment. So when people come to you and they're like, hey, I want to turn on TikTok shop, like I should be doing $1 million next month, right? Like, what
Yeah.
does it take? What do you guys, Julia and Nicolette, what are you saying to brands like, hey, by the way, when you come into this isn't like we just start printing money tomorrow. Like you need to
No.
come in with how much capital are you recommending people come in with to just run a test, basically?
Well, so first of all, I always, and I might have said this on the last episode, but I see TikTok Shop as this pyramid, and you need all parts of the pyramid to make it work. You can't do just one piece or the other. And this is what we chatted about. You need to have the operations as the foundation. From there, you have the content, which most of it comes from affiliate, but a portion should also come from your brand owned content. And then at the top of the pyramid, it all ladders up into your paid ad campaigns. And so those are several different initiatives. And also, we have to kind of understand that different industries have different ROI benchmarks. So it also depends on what are you selling in beauty, which is what we can speak to. In beauty, the ROI benchmark for TikTok Shop is maybe a 1.5 to like a 4, but it's usually not like a 10. Or if you see that kind of high ROI, you're not scaling the way that you should on Shop. And I think growing your GMV and scaling is key to Shop, because that's how you're going to get that profitability and the brand awareness and the halo effect and all of those things. And so just being realistic that when you go into Shop, it's not as easy as turning it on and then you have $1 million of sales. Like there's a lot that goes into it, and when we look at the P&L, because we do a P&L for all of our clients, I think they're oftentimes shocked by all the different levers we're pulling, and all of it eats into the margin. And you've probably found this too in your own business, but the affiliates have their commission. TikTok has their portion of the sale. Then you have possibly discounts. Then you have affiliate retainers. You have the sample costs. You have the ad spend. You probably have the agency fees, because most brands, they need an agency who has the bandwidth or the community of affiliates that's already built in. And so when you factor all of that in, you find that, this is a long game. This is not a short term get rich quick type of scheme. This is truly you're propping up a brand new retail channel, and you want it to be healthy. You want it to live a long time. You ultimately want it to be profitable, and that's going to take effort, and that's going to take investment for sure.
Yeah. Nicolette, anything else you would add on to that?
I think that's what, like, if we have a consult and the brand comes to us and they're like, $1 million first year, we're like, yeah, let's do it. Like, but here's the investment that it takes in order to get there. It's like, it's achievable, but you need to be able to like invest into the channel itself too. Julia often says on consults too, like it is opening up an entirely new channel in and of itself, just the way back when a brand starts selling on Amazon, when it opens up its D2C, its website, when you launch at Ulta or at Sephora, it takes a little bit of time to gain that traction. And it's not like an overnight success. Like I think a lot of like news articles make it seem.
Yeah. Well, you're just like one viral hit away, right? All you need is one influencer. So I think that's a really good segue into this next part, which is, okay, so one of the things on TikTok, like there's three main ways to generate sales on TikTok. There's lives, there's your own branded content, and then there's affiliate videos. If you just boil it down, there's 3 key ways. So let's focus first on the affiliates, because I think that's where most people gravitate towards first and foremost. How long do you like, what are the best strategies brands are utilizing to attract the right affiliates? And I'm curious, like, and we can share kind of what we're doing, but I'm curious to hear what happens if a brand comes to work with you. Do you already have like a set number of creators that you work with? And that's kind of like the appeal is like, if you work with me, you get these creators. These are proven creators. Or are you guys always actively trying to recruit new creators for specific brands? Or are you just more recruiting them for the overall agency and they get to work with lots of brands with you guys? How does that work from your guys' perspective?
You want to take it? You want me to take
Yeah,
it?
I'll take it. So I think it's a little bit of both, right? So we have an affiliate community and they can definitely lean on that, but we're always growing that affiliate community. So we're bringing affiliates in every single day to the community. And when we onboard brands, we're obviously bringing in affiliates that resonate with that brand. That being said, we're in a specific niche, right? We're in beauty. And so you can use these affiliates across all these different brands because at the end of the day, they all have this beauty audience. But it's ever growing. And I think brands, it's great when they're in cold start to just be able to tap into a pre-existing community. It gets them out of cold start faster than if they just started from nothing. So I think cold start brands lean a lot on our community. Mature brands might have their own, and then we help like what I call co-parent that community with the brand, basically. And I think with affiliates, the more hands on deck that you have, the better, because there's just so much communication to be done. And you want to keep the Discord, and we'll get into Discord strategy because I think that's definitely what's working. You want to keep the Discord active and you want to keep affiliates engaged. So I think it just depends on where the brand is at. But yes, we have our affiliate community and it's always growing.
Yeah. And I think so what's working on our side is if you're just a brand owner and you're doing this internally, which we're doing, I think most people are going to say like, hey, go turn on a Yuka bot and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. And what we're doing is like, you need to be doing that and more. Yeah. And so we turn on Yuka bots. That's great. Then we're going to go out to Kalo data, and then we're going to go find all of the top creators that have been selling our competitors' products. And then we're manually reaching out. And yeah, we'll send a message through TikTok DMs. However, most creators are getting spammed thousands of messages a day. So like, good luck being seen in a TikTok DM, first of all. So what do? We're going to go reverse engineer, and we're going to use, there's a few different software tools that we'll use to go identify their LinkedIn account, to then be able to grab their email address, or be able to grab like even their home mailing address and their phone numbers. Like everybody's information's public. If that's news to you at this point in today's day and age, like welcome to the 21st century. But we reach out, like we're literally going to text that creator and they're going to be like, how in the world did you get my number? Right. But like, you have to go after those top creators in very creative ways. Yeah, what we are seeing is like, it's almost like these are like little mini sales reps for your brand. And do you want the sales rep that closes 1 out of 100 doors that they knock on? Or do you want the sales rep that goes and closes 50 of the 100 doors that they knock on, right? And it's like, obviously you want the better ones. And so what we've seen is like, there's just creators that are naturally engaging. They just naturally know how to sell. They just naturally know how to like weave things into conversations, have a good hook right at the beginning. Can you teach some of those things? Yes, you can. But a lot of it is really like, it just comes naturally to most people. And so what we're trying to do is really target the creators that like, it just comes naturally to them. I mean, as you guys recruit creators, is it more of like, do you guys have like an education program that people go through so you're more willing to take on new creators that may be brand new to TikTok? Or are you trying to like poach like top creators and bring them into your guys' network?
And again, I think it's both. It's leveraging both of the strategy, and we do something similar. Actually, it's interesting to hear you say that that's working, because we use not Yuka but Reacher right now, and Reacher is great. But then also we have a CRM, a same thing, collecting the information, getting creative as to like how we reach them. Do we do new email newsletters, whatever it is? And then I think a lot of top affiliates, to your point, they want to be given outreach on a one-on-one basis. So they want you to actually reach out over email or something intimate like text, because they don't check the Discord like maybe the lower tier affiliates do. So I think it's kind of almost like, it's similar to, and Nicolette, I'm curious what you think about this, but it's similar to how we run ad campaigns. So on ad campaigns, we do upper funnel all the way down to lower funnel. And we find that that's the most successful for a Sephora and Ulta Beauty brand, is to do the full funnel. And it's very similar with affiliates, where it's like, you want to nurture and incubate those lower tier affiliates, but you also want to strategically target those top tier affiliates. And it's this full funnel of affiliate marketing that you want to pursue. But Nicolette, what are your thoughts on that?